Welcome, 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 everybody on Menopause Whisper Talk Show. And here we are trying our best to break the silence around menopause, and we want to do it together. Today, I have a privilege to have a very special guest on my show, and her name is Ishita Sharma. She is a very strong single mom, and she's raising two beautiful daughters. She also is Access Consciousness Bar practitioner and a Buddhist leader. So, welcome Ishita on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Geeta. It's so nice to be with you always, and you're so inspiring and encouraging yourself. I love discussing these topics with you. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
inviting me.
Same here, and my pleasure. We'll jump into the show, Ishita, directly, and I'm going to ask few questions. We'll keep it very informal. This is about the experiences, so anything which can empower somebody else, so like they can relate with you or learn from your experiences. So the first question which I want to go ahead with is, of course, related to menopause. So I want to ask you, are you aware of what stage of menopause you are in? Because I know you're younger to me, so I just want to make sure, like, do you know about it, how you realized it, or what stage you are? So can you just share something about it?
Absolutely. I would love to share and spread more awareness about this topic because such is this topic, just like how period is a taboo for discussion for so many generations, especially in India, and we both come from India, so we understand that. Now, answering your question, Geeta, I do know, I'm aware that I'm in perimenopausal phase right now,
Mhm.
and I have experienced certain changes in me, which some of them are really good, which blew me away. That, oh wow, I could do this and that, huh? And at the same time, gradually, I'm realizing certain changes in your body that kind of hits you every now and then. Oh my God, I have to deal with this now, that kind of reaction. So I
Around
would say,
when it started, like if you want to recollect and tell, like where, what do you think, like when it started, and now you said like when you started realizing it, it may be a perimenopause.
yes, uh, definitely the first big change that I count as positive change in me was around 40 years of my age.
Mhm.
Now, about the same time I was going through divorce, that rough patch in my life. And I guess it actually happened for me at the right time in that case, because my attitude towards life had changed amazingly enough. And all of a sudden, I started feeling like I can do anything and everything, and I'm not going to take any crap anymore. And which I think was a hormonal surge that was coming out from perimenopausal phase that had just begun in my life. So that was the first one where I took big decisions of my life and did act on them as well, and not just alone, with both my daughters.
Wow.
So for that phase, I'm actually proud and I'm happy that it kind of came along at the time when I needed it the most in my life. Then about at 42 years of age, I noticed another shift, which was more like heat rush. You know how you every
Mhm.
now and then either you're feeling cold or you're feeling hot. All of a sudden, for no reason, you're having that heat
Uh-huh.
rush in your body. And I'm glad that I have other friends like uh, I've known you for a while and you've been discussing these topics with me. So thank you so much. I have few other friends who've been discussing. So because of those discussions, I became aware that the changes that I'm experiencing in my mind and body both are
Mhm.
actually coming from the menopause phase that I'm soon reaching to, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was that. And then, like in about a year and a half ago, I had this high blood pressure issue as well, which we just could not control my blood pressure at all, no matter what we did. And I had to land up in the emergency, and all of that happened. Now I'm understanding gradually that uh, the high blood pressure tendency is also coming with the perimenopausal phase.
Mhm.
I am getting my period regularly though at this point of time, but I'm noticing that it's reducing, like kind of the flow is kind of reducing now. So that kind of stuff I'm noticing.
Okay, so you have been observing this for last almost 4 to 5 years, and any of the emotional changes which you face, of course, like you mentioned that you had got a great amount of confidence around that 41, where you took the major decisions, like, and you actually sailed through it very successfully. That's what you said, and with your daughters that too. So that was one of the thing. But the other physical changes, as you said, like blood pressure is there, so that is one of the thing which you observed couple of years ago. Any of the emotional changes you think of, like you getting upset, angry, or forgetting things, or something like that, like like mood changes or something like that, which you feel that this is not the Ishita, this is not
Hmm.
that Ishita, and oh my God, okay, why did I do this? Or anybody else in your circle, have you observed it?
Yes, and I'm glad that you came up with the point of being forgetful. It came to the point where I had actually started claiming that I'm a potential patient of Alzheimer's, possibly, because I started forgetting things so easily, and I never ever used to forget things ever. So, thinking positively, maybe it's also happening for good that I'm forgetting my past. But then at the same time, it does pose certain challenges in your day-to-day life when you keep your car keys somewhere or your glasses somewhere and then you cannot find them when you need them the most. So yes, I am definitely experiencing forgetfulness. Yes. I've already talked about the heat rush. Yes, I'm noticing those. The other physical changes that I'm noticing as well is that the tummy kind of is poking out more, like it's a very different tummy bump than what
Uh-huh.
you have observed, we have observed before. So that is also another thing that I'm noticing. I'm also noticing some aches and pains that mood swings,
Hmm.
which would make me cry for no reason at all. Things like that happen
You
every
get
now and
tired,
then.
like any changes in the energy level?
Yes, the energy level feels low as well these days. These days,
Mhm.
that's more happening this year. I'm noticing that the energy level has gone much lower than how I've always been.
Okay. And see, you are really a brave woman, went through a lot just during this perimenopausal when started. But what is the thing which helped you the most? Like any practice, any meditation, anything you think of which consciously or unconsciously you just picked up and which helped you? Like what, because somebody else also can get help, or something which came to your life right at the same time. Usually that happens, like, the God is like taking care of us, the universe is taking care of us. So something comes along our way for the good. So what was that for you?
For me, definitely the Buddhist practice that I am in. It is a Nichiren Buddhism, which is a Soka Gakkai international organization.
Okay.
And this practice has helped me immensely past few 6 years, definitely. So not just the perimenopausal phase, before that also, when it may have when my body was getting ready to start with that phase also. So because as you also said, I was going parallelly with the roughest time of my life at the same time while going through the perimenopausal phase. So this practice, I chant Namyo Horenge Kyo. This is the Buddhist practice. And it has helped me immensely center myself. Anytime I'm too emotional or anytime I have uh, any challenges going on in my life where I want to center myself and be at peace and focus more on what is required, this has helped me a lot, and my awareness has expanded a lot more. So that is one practice. And then since I was dealing with certain other health challenges as well, I came across a healing modality, which
Mhm.
is called access consciousness bars therapy.
Mhm.
And I took that therapy from another practitioner a few times. And then I said, you know what, this is really helpful. And I would just go ahead and do the certification. There you go. I'm a practitioner myself now, and it is definitely helping me. Definitely, no doubt about that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing about both the modalities like Buddhist practice and the access consciousness bar
Mhm,
practitioner, which you are certified now, and they are helping you. So, see, in your case, like you're going through, your perimenopause is going through.
mhm,
Until and unless your periods actually doesn't stop for complete 1 year, that one day will be your menopause, and after that, your postmenopause will start. And like from now, whatever the hormonal changes which you are seeing happening, and there are so many other side effects, visible, invisible, emotional, physical are there. But I'm so glad like you already are practicing few things and at least you are aware of it and you have taken certain actions where you are actually responsible for you. So now
mhm,
it's like, so you know these things are there, you can get more information on this for sure. And till you reach your postmenopausal also.
mhm.
Okay, so my thing, I felt just like very great talking and listening this from you because it's a early awareness.
Yeah.
Because mostly, like in my case also, I came to know later. And
Okay.
basically, like I came to know later about my mom also. She
Mhm,
went through it and I had no idea about it.
mhm.
So which is sometimes like goes to your heart and say, oh my God, like this is something like nowadays so much of knowledge is available, but like, that we be in that hamster wheel and we forget small, small things and
Yeah.
awareness, which you said, being aware and taking action, that is going to help. That was wonderful. Any other thing which you want to tell your younger self? Okay, because I'm not saying just the younger self who is perimenopausal before or anything, because see, you have a journey of like you got married and you had a great marriage, 20 years. You have been a single mom for successfully for many years now. So in this journey, what is like couple of things which you want to give as a nugget or advice to somebody who is listening to this podcast?
That is such a powerful question, Geeta. And all of a sudden, I feel so much of responsibility on my on my shoulders to give you a good answer for this. But if I see my personal life journey, I have definitely transformed completely from who I was earlier and who I am now. Earlier, I was looking for validation. When I was not married, which was very early. I was not married only until 19 because at 20 years of age I got married. So before getting married, I was looking for validation from parents, which still is normal. Most of us do that. Then, after getting married, for all those years of my life, I was looking for validation for everything that I'm doing from my then husband, you
Mhm.
know. And now I realize actually, you should not be looking for validation. You should be confident enough that this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm going to carve my way out for what I want to achieve, you know? And that is just that what I'm doing today in my life. Regardless of how much ever challenges I have in my life, be it both my daughter's health challenges or whatever came in my way, I have still sailed through very strongly, confidently, most importantly. Now, when I talk, I know what I'm talking about. So much more wisdom, definitely, that each one of us earn over our years of life. And not only that, regardless of the challenges, I've been able to do the certifications to enhance myself for my self growth, which I know in turn is going to help me professionally also in future. So I have set goals and I have achieved all of those goals so far, and I have more goals that I'm looking at, and I'm so sure that I'm going to achieve them as well. So that attitude that had changed at 40 years of age is amazingly helping me through life.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So like that transformation and the big thing which you said about the need for validation.
Mhm.
So that is one thing which is coming out, like you really don't need to die for it, looks
Yes.
and you can be confident. So what is like a couple of differences which you will see, Ishita, which is 40 and above, and Ishita, which is 40 and below, so these two, Ishita V1 and Ishita version 2, what is the difference between these two if you think of it in terms of like the your emotional decisions or the physical decisions, anything which comes to your mind, like, yes, I was like this, but now I'm like this, couple of things which comes up.
I have to think a little about that, but definitely this one point that I have already said, that I needed validation earlier, which I don't anymore.
Okay.
I just believe in myself so much more. I
Mhm.
have so much more confidence now, which I did not have earlier,
Okay.
definitely. And today, as strong as I feel, I did not feel I was as strong the earlier days, you
Okay.
know? So, and that conviction that comes from within, no matter what, I'm going to do it, you know, that conviction earlier, I feel that I kind of lagged in that as well. But today, I can so confidently say that I have so much of conviction. And yes, I was always open to learning earlier as well. But now it's expanded so much more. Like the spectrum of learning possibilities has all of a sudden as if expanded, you know? So all those things are definitely helping me out. So as I said before, and I would say again, this perimenopausal phase is falling right on time for me. So I see it as a blessing, darling.
That's wonderful. Very good. And I'm like, see, the way you're talking itself, I'm amazed. It is nowhere. And like, you are that woman on the mission and you are getting things done. And perimenopause, postmenopause, now you will be just like the way you're saying, you know what you're doing and you'll be taking care of you. You'll be moving on this. And it is not more anymore. It's not going to be the excuse in your case because
Yes.
you have become that much aware and you're taken decisions and you're moving towards that next goal with the conviction, which is very, very amazing. And I'm actually, what I can say is the listener, whosoever is listening to this, must have got that power from you, that attitude from you. Like just listening, like somebody like this, you get like, oh my God, this is possible. If she can do it, I can also do it.
Yeah.
Looks like that. So, dear listeners, like this is just Ishita's perimenopausal journey. And the goal over here is just become open to talk. And I'm so, like, I can say, I'm so glad you talked about your personal journey. You gave so much of minute details. Like, for that, I just want to give you like applaud for you for whatever you said and shared, because on the platform you're coming, sharing is 100% going to help the people. And anybody who else wants to, like, you want to talk about your journey, your story, you can just email me on coachgeeta360@gmail.com. It is COACHGEETA 360 @gmail.com. And we can just set up a call like this so that you can talk about it. We can bring more awareness. So, Ishita, what few ending words which you want to leave us with?
Um, I just thought of one more thing that's helping me a lot,
Sure.
which is yoga. I do yoga every morning and
Okay.
I've been doing it for years. There are few exercises that are very, very helpful. And I suggest every woman should try doing yoga because
Mhm.
it helps you, helps your mind, body, and soul, everything all together. So please do try that as well. Do explore more about access consciousness bars therapy, and do explore about Buddhist practice as well. Find ways to align yourself spiritually. Spiritual alignment, I believe, is extremely important in life for each and every person, whether you are a woman or a man or a child. I always encourage people to be spiritually aligned, because when that's happening in your life, the challenges actually become opportunities for you to transform yourself, you know. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity that you've given me, Geeta. Thank you so much for believing in me that I would be a good uh, participant for you. Thank you. Really appreciate you for everything that you do.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Ishita. And everybody, just now we're going to say bye to each other. And thanks for this discussion coming on the show and inspiring and motivating all of us with your attitude and conviction. So with
Thank you.
that, just want to say bye-bye. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.